Well, this is Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. It's October 9th. We got in yesterday, got out this morning, set up some blinds, hung some stands, and for this evening we are going to be in the draw system behind me, which works its way to a wheat field way down yonder. We're talking a mile, half mile to a mile, trying to catch these deer on their feet. Daylight activity in October, it's one of those things where it's tricky. What do? You move back a little farther, try and catch them when they're going to be on their feet, So we moved back in. We're a ways off this wheat field. We're going to give it a whirl. We'll catch up with you in the blind. You're watching In Pursuit Television.
We just saw a deer working the edge on the other side of this thick stuff. Then we lost sight of it way down. Oh, right here, coming around the corner.
This good-looking 8-pointer is the very first deer Jake sees. But it quickly becomes obvious that the buck just doesn't like the looks of the ground blind.
I think we're gonna let that one walk. I think he sees us. Well, that was the first deer we saw from our spot here. It's a pretty decent buck, just not quite what we're looking for. Don't believe all that it gets warmer the further south you go, because it's 36 degrees here in Oklahoma. Air temperature today, October 10th, unseasonably cool. Obviously we've moved locations. We are in a tree stand as opposed to our ground blind. And same kind of situation, trying to catch deer moving through these wooded draws, surrounded by open prairie, heading to a food source. Yeah, that's what I got for now. You stick with us, we'll keep you posted, and we'll keep an eye out for you. You're watching In Pursuit Television.
Jake's just about ready to call it quits for the day when he looks behind him and sees a deer walking his way. Now this is definitely a shooter.
That was intense. That escalated quickly. We were getting low on light, and it started to get to that point where we were thinking about backing up. I looked behind us where we totally didn't expect anything to come from. And go figure, that's where that buck came from. I got a real good look at him. I know you probably had a tough time seeing him because it's really thick in here. But he's a big 8, real heavy, wide, not very long tines, but a very old, mature deer. And one that is just put on the hit list for Oklahoma 2009. We'll get him. You stick with us. You're watching In Pursuit Television. We'll check in with you tomorrow. It's the morning of October 11th. And obviously we are back in the tree stand where we had the encounter with the big buck last night. Hopefully his morning pattern is similar to his evening pattern. Assuming that was his actual pattern. Regardless, we're here. We want him to be here. And we'll let you know when we see him. Been in stand a little over an hour probably. It's been pretty slow so far. Of course, it's thick enough in here that we could have had deer get by us and we'd never know. It's been misting and raining
A couple hours after daylight, Jake hears something walking in the wet leaves off to his right. This buck is following the scent trail of natural doe urine that Jake sprayed on his boots before walking to his stand. Of course, that trail is leading the big deer right to the base of the tree Jake's sitting in.
Meh. What happened? Sorry, it's not. It's cold. That was insane. That buck was at 5 yards the first time we saw him. When he got so close right underneath us, I'm standing here smiling because I know we got him. And then he ran off, and that smile turned to a frown really quick. So anyway, I was at full draw when he ran off. You heard me let down. My arrow bounced off the rest because I was a little bit shook up. But we made it work. We made it work. If it wasn't for the ozonics, that wind blowing right to him, he never would have walked back through that opening. He'd have been gone. That's how big mature bucks are, no doubt. So, we're gonna go put our hands on a big Oklahoma whitetail with a big thanks to ozonics.
Third day, Oklahoma. Todd Rogers, Rut and Strut Guide Service. I am loving it. It's been a great hunt so far for us. We've seen 3 bucks from stand, and they've all been mature. Absolutely great hunt. We saw that buck from the ground blind the first evening, and then that big heavy 8 that got by us last evening. And now this big fella this morning. Absolutely great hunt so far. My first hunt in Oklahoma, and he's a dandy. I got to give a big thanks to Rick White from Hunter Specialties for hooking us up with Todd here in Oklahoma. Rick does some damage here with muzzleloader, and now we did some damage with bow. It's a long trip back to Wisconsin, but what a great feeling to have the whole way back. Gotta love it.